She's so self-conscious. She has no idea what she's doing in college. That major that she majored in don't make no money, but she won't drop out. Her parents will look at her funny. Now, tell me that ain't insecure. The concept of school seems so secure. Sophomore, 3 girls ain't picked a career. She like, did I just stay down her and do big?
I'm eating shrimp on a private eye. Still pretty? Check. Keep hosing? Check. Run up a check. Get money? Check.
Hey daydreamers, what's up? I'm Queen Daijae. If you're new to my channel, ooh, that sounded weird saying that. I have not said that in a minute. Wow. Okay. I know a lot of you guys probably are wondering where I've been and stuff like that. So we're going to talk about that. This is going to be a non-traditional style Queen Speaks, also known as like Chit Chat Get Ready With Me. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do this. I may just have me doing my makeup and have this voiceover play. I think that's how I'm gonna do it. But yeah, so we're gonna hop right into the last several months of my life, how it was basically hell on earth, where I'm at now, and where I plan to go from here on out. So we just gonna hop right into it, y'all. So just so y'all know, none of this stuff in the title, whatever I title this video, is going to be clickbait. So I'm just gonna start at the very beginning, back in November. So if you guys saw my last Queen Speaks, it was the I Broke Down, and that was a real hard video to do, y'all. That was like, it was a lot. It was a lot of emotions going on in that video. Basically, if you did not see that yet, go see that, because that explains a lot of, it'll help you understand a lot of what I'm about to say. But basically, to summarize it, my mother's fiance died in November, and you know, he was in my life since I was like, I want to say like 10, 11, something like that. And him and my mom, you know, were together for over 10 years. We had moved in and all this stuff, and basically he had this daughter, and when he passed, all hell broke loose. To sum it up, all hell broke loose, and I knew it was gonna break loose. So I was basically given the option of if I was going to stay in Ohio. If you don't know, I went to Ohio like towards the end of the summer last year to go to school. We're going to come back to the whole Ohio thing in a minute, because that's a different story in itself. But I moved to Ohio to go to school, and so this happened, and I'm like, I gotta go home. But I was basically struggling so bad, like, in Ohio, and I realize now, months later, why I felt that my life was out of control. I felt out of control of my life, and I don't like doing that. I'm never at a good spot mentally when I feel like I'm not in control of my life. I don't know if it's making sense, y'all, but Coco, you cannot be barking while I'm trying to record a YouTube video that is out of, no, hey, I'm trying to be great. It's always something, isn't it? But okay, back on track. So yeah, I was struggling with some substance abuse, not anything like hardcore, like not drugs or anything, but definitely alcohol was definitely one of my coping mechanisms. I was very low financially. I was pretty much dirt broke. Like, there were times that I would sit outside of my job for hours because I didn't have a way home. I'm trying to pay this rent, I'm trying to do this and that and take care of bills and things like that. And I did so much to get down there. I just felt like I had to stay down there and be successful and just prosper. Like, I didn't feel like I had an option to come home, because I felt like coming home would mean that I had failed. And, you know, I didn't want to let people down. I didn't want to let myself down. And so I just felt stuck in that situation. That was a situation I got myself into, trying to run away from another situation. So the whole reason I even moved to Ohio was because, now, my mother's fiance, he has a daughter, and her and I never got along. We just don't click. She's a different type of person. She just comes across as a silver spoon and just really spoiled and just always has to get her way. And if she doesn't get her way, it's a big fit, big tantrum. It's just, she was disrespectful to my mom when my mom had done nothing but been nice and helpful and kind. And I'm very overprotective of my mom. So me seeing my mom, you know, being disrespected and feeling disrespected, it made me dislike her. So I tried to get along with her, you know. There were times that, I'm not going to say we just never had any good times together, but for the most part, we always had a rocky relationship. And she never really lived with us being me, my mom, and her dad. We all lived together. When we moved in together, she went away to college. So she only came home to visit. She never really lived with us. So at this point in time, it's like July of 2017, and I'm finding out that she's actually going to be moving in. I knew I had to get the heck out because I knew I could not live with her. Every time she would come home and visit, there was always something. I knew I could not live. I just was at the point where I just wanted to have a fresh start. I wanted to focus on, you know, my schooling. I wanted to focus on getting my life together without having to focus on any extra problems. So I was planning on moving, and then the person I was going to move with in Michigan, we ended up falling out. So it's really last minute. I don't really know where I'm going to school. I don't really know where I'm going to move. And then a person I was friends with at the time suggested that, you know, I go to Ohio, move in with her, the apartment she was going to move in, and go to the same school as her. School she was going to have my program. So of course, you know, I was like, why not? It was a good program. And the apartment was relatively affordable. And yeah, so I mean, it all sounded nice, but the thing was, I made the decision to do that. I made the decision to move entirely too quickly. I made it running away from problems, and I didn't really think it through. I just was trying to get out of the situation I was in, hence, and I inserted myself into an even worse situation. So, like I say, I get to Ohio. I was unhappy the entire time, and I was unhappy because I felt out of control, and I felt like I'm not the type of person where I want to depend on anybody. I'm very independent. I don't like asking anybody for anything. The only person I will ask for something is my mom, and that's because I know that she will do anything for me, and I know that I will have countless opportunities to give back to her. And I know that she's not going to throw it up in my face. Nowadays, people in general, just speaking from experiences that I've came across my whole life, love to throw things up in your face. Oh, I did this for you, and how are you going to say this when I've done so? Like, I don't want anybody to be able to say they did this for me. They made me. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I don't want anybody to say that, and I'm not going to give anybody the opportunity to say that. So the fact that I was in that situation where I felt like I had no choice but to depend on people that I was not comfortable depending on, it really was like getting to me. Like, I barely had money to eat, y'all. I just was not where I needed to be at in my life, and I was really like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. What am I doing with my life? I feel like I can't make any decisions. I can't do anything right. And I was in a dark place. I was very suicidal. I was having mental breakdowns at least 3 times a week, probably more than that. Like, mental breakdowns, like, for real. I was breaking glass, like, y'all, it was very bad. And I didn't have a support system down there, so that was another part of the problem. All of my friends and family was back in Michigan. So me being down there basically completely by myself, with no type of support and just struggling, it was eating me alive. And I knew that if I didn't get out of there, I was going to either do something terrible to myself, or basically the night before he passed, I was thinking, like, I gotta go home or I don't want to live anymore. Like, my mental health was failing. I tried to express that to my roommate, the friend who the friend I had at the time who was telling me to come down there and trying to convince me to stay. But I felt like I wasn't taken seriously. I feel like because I'm such a dramatic person, and I've always been dramatic. Ask anybody, and that's like the main thing that they'll tell you is I'm really dramatic as fuck. Like, I am. But the top things I don't play about and I'm not over dramatic about is death and my health, or anybody's health, whether it be mental, physical, emotional. I don't mess around with health, and I don't mess around with death. So anytime I'm talking about my mental state, or I'm talking about I'm in pain, I'm not over exaggerating, because I just don't over exaggerate. I don't over exaggerate about stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't have anybody who understood. I didn't have, like, it just was a lot. So when this situation happened, it, like I said, it was a crazy shock because it was so unexpected. And then I didn't even have time to mourn, because the second thing was I gotta go home. I gotta go help my mom, because I know it's about to be World War III. It's about to be a family feud, and I already knew it was gonna happen. And on top of that, I'm dealing with like my craziness. So I mean, the situation to come back, it was hard, which it really should have just been easy, but it was hard because, you know, I have this lease here, and I have this job here, and school, and it would have been a big change in a short notice, and I didn't really know what was gonna come of it. But at the end of the day, I knew I couldn't leave my mom hanging out to dry, as much as she sacrificed for me, and I owed it to myself to get myself out of that situation. Some people didn't understand why, and some people thought I was just going back for my mom, and I was getting stuff like, oh, you can't just keep living your life for your mom, you have to think about yourself. Like, literally the main reason I went back was for myself. Like, what are you like, everybody is not gonna understand. People think they know the right decisions for you, but really only you know yourself the best. You know what's best for you. So a lot of times we just kind of gotta block out other people's opinions and other people's insight and just trust ourselves, which is what I did. And I'm so glad I came back. But when I came back, I was struggling, y'all. Like, I had to move. I moved from Ohio. I moved back into the home that I left, and it was bad. We were getting treated, my mom and I were getting treated very badly by the family. Let them tell it. They try to say they treated us very nicely, when what you did was the bare minimum, you know? Like, they say they treated us nicely because they kept us included in funeral arrangements. Like, that's what you're expected to do. If you were to have declined us that right, I would think that you're horrible people. Like, you did the bare minimum. You don't reward a fish for swimming. Like, you don't get a pat on the back because you did what you were supposed to do in the first place. And on top of everything else, we were living in a house that was bugged. Okay, people listening to our whole full conversations, and these aren't theories. I have screenshots of it being stated that we were in a bugged house. It was like, this is what it is, and this is what you're gonna have to deal with. Like, you don't have any other options. So, you know, we were given the time that we had to leave the house, basically, because the house was left to his daughter, and the date got moved up. So really, they were giving us, at this point it's January, they were giving us 2 months to move, find a whole new place, move from somewhere that we had lived for years. You just got there. And, you know, I get it. Stuff like this it just gets messy when you're dealing with blended families, and somebody passes away, and then you got everybody feeling some type of way, and nobody's properly communicating. You get ugliness, and you get ugly reactions out of people, and everybody just reacting out of their emotions. And people was hurt, and a lot of things were said over the course of time. People got blocked, people got cussed out. It was a lot. It was really a lot. And I can finally say, personally, I have moved past it. I have not had contact with any of them. You know, it's unfortunate that things did have to go to the extent that they did, but you know, I think it's best that everybody just move on and move past it. That whole sequence of however many months that was, probably like 4, was the second most difficult. From me moving to Ohio to me coming back to Michigan, was the second most difficult experience of my life, of my 22 years living. I went through so much in such a short amount of time, and it was like nothing was controllable. For those however many months that was, nothing was controllable, and it was like the worst feeling ever. And especially seeing my mom struggle, y'all, it was a lot. And then when we moved from that house, and it was just like we wanted to get out as quick as possible because we were uncomfortable. You know, we're in this place, people are being spiteful and just being ugly towards us, and just your voice recording us. Like, what is this? Like, no, that's uncomfortable. That's mad uncomfortable. And you having the mindset to do that in the first place, it says a lot about, you know, you. So we just had to get up out of there. To go from there to go to the apartment that we're at now. When I first got here, it was real hard because I didn't have any furniture. I slept on the floor. I didn't have a job for like a month after we moved, and y'all, it was hard. Like, it's like you trying to come up in life, and it's just like life keeps kicking you in the butt. Like, man, I couldn't even complain about it because I knew my mom was going through so much, and I was just trying to do as much as I could for her. So I slept on that floor for 2 months, and until I was able, my transfer got approved, I got my job, you know, stuff like that, and I was able to buy a whole new bedroom set, whole new mattress, all that stuff that I'm sitting on right now, loving it, thankful for it. And you know, like, everything does pass. This too shall pass. So that's where I'm at now. It's May. All of that has blown over, and so where I'm at now is I've had a lot of time to think since all of that. I've had a lot of time to think about myself and where I want to be at in life and where I want to go. And school, y'all. School has been heavy on my mind. When I came back, I did enroll back in community college, and I withdrew not too long ago. I withdrew because I made the decision to drop out. I for real dropped out. And some people think that that's taking the easy way out, that's quitting, that's giving up. It's actually the opposite. Dropping out was something I wanted to do a while ago. The reason I went to college was because I feel like that's something I was expected to do, and that is something that I had no choice but to do, because I was stuck in this society mindset. I know Kanye West is people canceling Kanye West, but his whole concept of free thinking is very important, and it's very beneficial when used the right way. Now I don't want to say when used the right way, because that like is the opposite of free thinking, but when it's used for like, I want to say when it's used for like positive things. Yeah, everybody just feels like every little thing you want to be in life, you got to go to school to be successful with it, and that's not the case. Like, don't get me wrong, I love seeing, you know, my people with their degrees, taking their pictures and just black excellence. I love seeing it. Like, I love it. And just, this is the year 2018 that my graduating high school class is graduating from college. I've been seeing all these people that I graduated with the same year of high school graduate college, and it's just like, that was supposed to be me. But Brittany O'Grady, she plays Simone in Star on Fox. If y'all don't watch that, it's a good show. Y'all need to watch that. One of my favorite shows. But she made a post, and I'm gonna insert it because I don't want to misquote her. But I felt this so heavily. Like, I felt like if I would have just took my own path instead of doing what others wanted me to do or what others expected me to do, I would be way further down off in my career, or like further going towards like down the path I'm supposed to be. I feel like I've been trying to be a people pleaser. I feel like I've been a people pleaser, and that's what's really been keeping me from putting school on hold to focus on my career the way I would like to. And I don't think it's anything wrong with going to school for acting or, you know, music or anything like that. But to be, I mean, if we just being frank, is it all the way necessary? No, because you have so many people who are successful in that without it. Now, if you want to be a doctor, I don't know any doctor that's out there successful without going to school and having a practice. If you know them, you should probably report them. But I'm just saying, it's some stuff you need college for, and there's some stuff you don't need college for. And I really was just afraid of how I was going to be seen. The girl who dropped out, the stupid girl. Like, I don't want to be seen as stupid. You don't have to go to college to be smart and successful and brilliant and excellent. Yes, when you graduate, you are all of those things, but I feel like the people who take different routes are looked at as less than. And it's one thing if you don't go to school or you drop out and you just not doing nothing with your life. Like, that's a completely different story. You need to get it together. But I mean, if you taking a break and stuff like that and you're just really focused and you really grinding and you going hard for what you love and you putting in your effort, I mean, you getting there. You making the way out of no way. And I feel like that's what I need to do, because I've been in school. I've been jumping around school to school. I got all these credits. And the way it's going to work out is, with any college I go to, just about, the acting programs are 4 years long. No matter if I got all my gen eds done, if I got all the not prerequisites, but like, you know, all the like little minor classes, I still would have to be in school for another 4 years. I'm 22. I would be graduating when I'm what? 20, 26, 27? Like, I don't have, that's so many years that I could be putting in so much effort into my career. I feel like I initially did this for the wrong reasons. I never really wanted a quote unquote degree. I just really wanted to hone my craft. That's what I wanted. I wanted the training, the experience, the credentials to put on my resume. I can get those from classes, workshops, just working on projects, all of that stuff. And I feel like I've spent all this time in college and I have not gotten any of that. I've gotten nothing that I initially wanted from school. I haven't gotten anything from it as of yet. And the only thing I really got from school was debt. So, you know, at this point, time has passed and I really just don't want to waste any more time. Now, will I go back to school? I mean, you know, that's up in the air. But right now, I just want to do what I love. And I just want to practice. And I just want to really work at it. Like, I'm ready to just get into it. Like, I don't want all these extra little baby steps that's not really doing anything to benefit me. I don't think this is a dumb decision. I think me acting based off of my fears of how other people were going to look at me, I think that was less than smart. I think me going to school because that's what my mom wanted me to do, or that's what my family expected of me, I think that was less than smart. I don't think dropping out to go pursue my dreams the way I want to and at full throttle, I don't think that's less than smart. So, like I said earlier, everybody has an opinion on what they think is the best choice for you to make and the best path for you, and no one knows that but you and God. So really, everybody else's 2 cents about what you're gonna do, people can have their opinions, but it doesn't mean that they matter. Like, and that's just the honest to goodness truth. Anybody can have an opinion. It does not mean that it matters. Trump got hella opinions, but do I care about them? No, I don't. Not unless Korea or something send a missile over here. Then I'm gonna be like, what the freak is going on? Why is you running your mouth like that? But as of right now, I don't care about his opinion. I don't care about his opinions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously we're gonna care about people who are close to us, or, you know, in our lives, we're gonna care. But sometimes you just gotta put other people to the side, put their opinions even further than that, and just really pray and ask for guidance and listen. You gotta listen. If you don't listen, you're gonna be in the same place. And if you're stuck in the same place for so long, doing the same thing, you gotta do something different. That's the only way things are gonna change. You gotta do something different. If you are not happy with the results, change them. Okay? So, where I'm at now with my YouTube channel, I am not doing any more videos that are sit down content videos. So you will not see me do the hair videos or the makeup videos or the story times. Lord knows I used to love story times. Anything like that. I'm not doing the Queen Speaks. I may do Queen Speak every now and again, but probably not, because you'll see what I'm up to in my vlogs. I know in my channel trailer, I said that my channel was going to be mostly skits and vlogs. Now it's going to be only skits and vlogs, because I want to be able to put my all into what I'm passionate about. Makeup is a hobby. Hair, I'm passionate about hair, but it's not my main passion. You know what I'm saying? I want to put myself out there the way I want to be seen. And I love doing vlogs. I'm actually really passionate about doing vlogs. I just was never able to be consistent with it. But so you guys will still be able to see me and my full-blown personality. And I just want to be able to put out content that actually makes me like 100% happy. Like, I feel like I'm doing what I love. I feel like I'm not trying to be like anybody else, or well, I never was trying to be like anybody else, but my content was literally all over the place. And I just felt like, who is Queen Daijae for real? Like, is she the vlogger? Is she the beauty? Is she lifestyle? Like, who is she? She's not a beauty guru. Like, who is she? So I just really want to put out there like the most authentic version of me. I'm extra, I'm ratchet, I'm loud, I'm crazy, I'm funny sometimes. Like, I make myself laugh. I think I'm pretty funny, actually. And I want to put the happiest version of myself out there. I think that I would be much more happy just posting stuff that I'm passionate about versus stuff that, you know, I'm kind of interested in. It's a little hobby. Like, I like makeup, but it's not me. I'm not Daijae the makeup artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that was something if I wanted to be an MUA, I would go hard on YouTube with the makeup stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's where it is. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna really miss doing the hair reviews and the hair. Like, I really didn't do a lot of hair. I wanted to do more hair tutorials and stuff like that. Just never got around to it. But I'm gonna miss it. I may just make another channel for it. But as of right now, I gotta focus on one thing at a time. Because when you try to focus on too many things at once, something gets half-assed. Something is lacking. You splitting all your stuff. You can't give 100% in everything. Okay? And what I want to be most successful in, I got to prioritize and put the most energy into those things. So that's where I'm at now. I'm trying to make sure I didn't leave anything out, y'all. So, summarize. I know I've been talking for a long time. I'm sorry. Y'all know I got a mouth on me. But yeah, basically, I've just been gone and inconsistent because I was just going through a lot. Oh, I almost forgot to tell y'all. I know I was forgetting something. So yeah, where I'm going from here. Right now, I'm just about to continue working. I started my own business. It's an editing business. The link will be somewhere around here. Y'all go check that out. And yeah, I just been really working on my business. I'm about to really go hard on this YouTube stuff. And eventually, when I feel that the time is right, because I'm going to just ask God to guide me, because I be trying to guide myself and I guide myself right into a hole. But when I feel that the time is right, I do want to move. I'm in between Atlanta and LA, but I'm really leaning towards Atlanta because I have friends there. I have connections there. I've always loved Atlanta. I've been there a few times, and I don't know, I just really like Atlanta. So I really feel like, and it's still on, you know, the East Coast. So, because I don't know, West Coast people, they're a different breed of people. So I don't know if I really want to deal with West Coast people by myself like that. But yeah, so I think Atlanta might be the move. But in due time, I want to make sure I am financially set. Okay, I want to make sure that I got a plan in motion, working on it. It's in the works. And I just want to make sure I'm good, and I'm gonna be good. And until then, y'all will see what I'm working on through my vlogs and things like that. And I appreciate the love and support, and those of you who are going to stick with me through my journey. I really, really love you guys. I know, I don't know. I just really love you guys because I feel like you guys love me unconditionally. So you're the freaking best. I guess this will be the last time I'm saying this since I'm not doing any more content videos. So I feel like I'm saying goodbye. But really, it's just see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. I'm about to go. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
With your phone out, gotta hit them angles. With your phone out, snapping like you Fable. And you showing off, but it's alright. And you showing off, but it's alright. It's a short life.